Awesome. Let's dive into our first topic, guys. Mary Kay Cabot of Cleveland.com, friend of the show, put out a report yesterday about Deshaun Watson and Deshaun Watson's health. According to Mary Kay, Deshaun began working out with his private trainer in South Florida on Monday and will begin throwing on Wednesday, that's today, with his private quarterbacks coach, Quincy Avery, and possibly some Browns receivers, a source said. Watson, 30, was fully cleared for all football activity in November and will have no restrictions in his workouts. Now, Todd Monken, and Steve, you want to take the next one, was asked about Deshaun at his introductory press conference, asked about all the quarterbacks. He didn't necessarily give a definitive answer, but in a small group session after that initial interview, Mary Kay Cabot transcribed what he said, or at least put into conclusion of what was said. This is from Mary Kay's article about Todd Monken. In a small group session after his introductory press conference, Monken acknowledged that he is, quote, intrigued by the opportunity to work with Watson, the 2017 number 12 overall pick and three-time Pro Bowler during his 4 years in Houston, and see where that might go. Bull, are you buying any chance that Deshaun Watson could legitimately be in play to be the Browns' QB1 this upcoming season?
I am, guys, and that's because it's a new coach. And unless the Haslams said flat out you can't play this guy, why wouldn't you be? I get it. We know all the reasons why he should be gone. We know all the reasons why he probably can't play anymore. But if you're Todd Monken and you're 60 years old and you just got your first head coaching opportunity, and your options right now are Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders, Dillon Gabriel, there's no clear better option out there. We'll see. We're going to get into some of that with you later. Maybe there is. Maybe you see a better option. But if you're looking at the only options right now, you'd be crazy if you were Todd Monken to not at least be open-minded to the possibility, because Deshaun Watson is the only guy on this team at the position that's ever been good. So as much of a long shot as it is, as much as I would just move on from him, if he's here, why not? Why wouldn't you at least consider it if you were him?
Well, the flip side of that is you're Todd Monken, your first-time head coach. You kind of have a blank slate in the quarterback room, which is not good because it's the most important position in sports. And you're looking at a scenario where your starting quarterback could get booed in a home game.
That's true.
Where you're the coach here, right? Like, Deshaun Watson has been a disaster, and the Browns are in a disastrous state because of Deshaun Watson.
That is correct.
That said, nothing you said is wrong because he's on the roster.
Right.
And nobody knows what this quarterback depth chart is going to be, how it's going to be further constructed, or how it's going to turn out, because there's no sure things. But the problem is, Bull, one of many. He's on the roster because they can't afford to cut him.
That's right.
They have to take his gigantic and embarrassing salary cap number and cut it in half just to be able to field a team. Because they traded the farm for this guy, and he's done nothing but be disappointing. He had 3 good games. And if you want to say 5, that's fine. He started 19 games. Yeah. He has sunk your franchise. He's the reason.
No other way about it.
Right?
Yeah.
So maybe he can play, and he is healthy. He's had this time. And he has every reason to think. But to think that this is somewhat viable, or to think that it could go anywhere, is crazy thoughts, and you're wasting your time. Go get another young guy and develop that young guy. If Deshaun has to play, he has to play. But any thought that this is intriguing, this is interesting, this could work, it's not rational thinking.
Yeah, it's a bit delusional. I understand from his standpoint, Zach, where he would be like, okay, that's my room. Okay, well, there's only one guy in that room, like Bull said, that has actually done it in the NFL, and it's Deshaun Watson. Now, the other side of things is, this organization, this fan base, everyone, us, media, like, we've gone through this. Like, we pretty much put that thing to bed, thinking that was done. Like, that chapter of this franchise's embarrassing moments is over, and now I think you sort of rip open that wound and make everyone.
He hasn't been here for all of it.
Right. I mean, he's like probably like, oh, he didn't go through that. He didn't experience anything that the fans and everyone has had to deal with him. As Zach said,
well, he did. He experienced a crash, right?
Sure.
Like, his career was here, and he was making all this money, and his opportunity to revitalize.
I'm talking about Todd Monken.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Monken's never been through any of this, so he's probably like, clean slate. I can come in there. But boy, I sure tell you, if he puts him out there and it goes south again, people are going to be mad at him.
And that's the thing. If Deshaun Watson plays okay, that's fine. But it doesn't solve anything. He's not a bridge quarterback. He's a bridge to nowhere. He's only under contract for this year. And then you owe him $90 million more. Right? So,
Yeah.
so like, he would have to play so well. And it kind of goes back to 2022,
Yeah.
where it was never like, okay, it's here and that's good enough. Maybe in 2022, but especially because the Browns kept pushing this money forward. Why are we talking about dead money with David Njoku this week and Joe Antonio? Because of Deshaun Watson, right? Why couldn't they even entertain the thought of trading Myles Garrett even if they wanted to? Because of Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. It has sabotaged everything else.
So he's here.
Yeah.
It hasn't worked. And if it works a little bit, like what is the defense going to be that good that average quarterback play for 6 or 8 games could get you into the playoffs or make you a Super Bowl contender?
Jay Crawford may argue.
Maybe. But it's crazy talk.
Still
And that's
a long
before
shot.
you even get into the thought that he has not been on a football field
Right.
in a year and a half.
And it's a long shot that he could even play at a mediocre level.
Correct, because we have seen him
Right.
go out there and not
But-
show any semblance of being able to play in the NFL.
But the mess that their quarterback room is the only reason why, because it's a new coach, that I would leave open the remotest possibility. As unlikely as I think it is, as much as I don't want to see it, I can't completely shut the door.
The fact that the door is open is inarguable, right?
Yes.
But do you even want to go near it?
I don't.
Let alone crack it a little bit more. And
no.
it seems like bad business by a new coach to even go near it.
The reality is they should just make him the third string quarterback. They should get rid of Dillon Gabriel and bring in somebody else, whether it's another young player or even if it's let's just say the Malik Willis thing. I know we're going to get into that later, but even if it's a young player who's already in the league,
right.
And have that guy and Shedeur Sanders compete for the job. 2 guys, not 3, not 4.
Correct.
2 guys compete for the job, and let's see what happens.
That is an important part of this.
Yeah.
It's early for all of this, but an
Yeah.
important part of this is how you structure it, right? Because last year, a 4-man quarterback competition was a disaster from the start.
Beyond
and it came
that,
out that they didn't have a plan.
Yeah.
It was never set up the right way. Obviously, things do happen in this league with players, with personalities, with whatever. So I would like to see, and I think Browns fans want and need to see, right, 2 at most.
Yes,
right?
that's it.
Want them to say, we're not guaranteeing Shedeur anything except the chance to go out and try to grab the job. And
Yes.
that means he's first in line in May.
Right,
He's first in line in July 25th, whenever
Yeah.
it is. And whomever they draft, whether it's a guy in the 2nd round or 4th round, knows that he's back in that line and he's there. And he can learn from Deshaun. He can learn from Shedeur. He can wait his opportunity. But create that order to where it's Shedeur's job until he's not. It's not. Right, like saying we want to do this, I just don't get it. I mean, I don't think it's been good. I think history should teach you it's not been good for anything, and nothing about Deshaun has been good for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I certainly think that it would be bad for the organization if he plays well. Honestly,
Right, unless he plays super well.
he would
unless
have
he
to
was
play.
super- unless
He
he
would
got-
have
yes.
to. He would have to have a Stafford type of year.
Yes.
For us to be like, okay, I guess we're gonna have to give him
Right,
$90 million.
there is no middle ground.
Yeah.
To where, like I said, he plays. Shedeur gets hurt, so he doesn't even
Yeah.
fail.
Yeah.
And Deshaun plays the next 6 games and goes 3-3.
Yeah.
It
And he's
keeps your
okay.
team alive.
Yeah.
But it has not helped push anything forward.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, he would need to start a dozen games. They'd need to win 10 of those games. He'd need to throw for
He'd have to-
4,000
he'd have to
yards
look
and
like the
40
guy-
touchdowns.
Correct.
He
Right.
might have to look like the guy we thought they traded for.
You
Yes.
wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
say on December 2nd, hey, the Browns are in this thing.
Right.
You would need to be able to say, the Browns can win the AFC.
Right. They
Right.
can-
That's the
yeah.
only way that it's successful.
Deshaun Watson's back. I have no idea how it happened. He
Yes.
sucked for 5 years, and now he's
Right.
back.
That's the only way it's
Anything
even close
short
to
of that,
successful.
it's
and then
nothing.
even then, he's headed to free agency with $90 million of dead money.
Yeah, I know.
What a life.
Oh my gosh, it is crazy. I mean, there's no obvious solution, but I think a real 2-man competition, because Shedeur wasn't. They called it a 4-man competition, but it wasn't.
It was really veteran versus veteran. and
Right.
The rookies waiting there. Too.
Exactly.
And then Kenny Pickett did not get involved because on the 4th day of camp, he got hurt.
But we need a legitimate. I think that's what's best for the franchise at the moment is Shedeur versus either a rookie or a young veteran in a mano-a-mano 2-man competition.
And that is the other part here, Bull,
Yeah.
that why Watson's complicated. Because going to get someone, whether it's
Yeah.
Malik Willis or Mac Jones or someone way down the list like a Trey Lance,
Yeah.
you have Watson here. So you're right. So probably the best thing is just to designate him. He's the 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, make him. Who was the quarterback that was here that was like? I'm trying to think back in the day. He was a journeyman quarterback. Was like in Arizona for a while. I think he's a coach now. Like, treat him just like he's one of these third string guys, like he's a McCown or something, like late in the career,
The guy
or a Flacco,
like what's his name? Clipboard Jesus.
Are you talking about Austin Davis?
I am.
Austin Davis, nice job. Good
Yeah,
call.
or just someone like that, where you don't expect them to play.
Yeah.
They're in the room, kind of know their role. There are things that he can provide. Talking about Deshaun,
Yeah.
to these young players, like he's experienced a lot, and if he is the great guy that he claims to be, then he should be willing to help those young players.
Yeah, I mean, off the field aside, obviously it's a big part of what's happened. Deshaun doesn't have a bad reputation amongst his teammates.
That's what I'm saying. So
he's not known as
And he has seen a lot in this league because he's been not to the highest of highs, but he's been up there.
Yeah.
And he's been pretty much the lowest of lows.
So that's it. Let me ask you guys this. Malik Willis, we're going to talk about later, right?
Yeah, Zach's in about
Right, yeah,
30
okay,
minutes,
let's
Zach's
hold
going to
that.
lead us through his quarterback landscape, and then we'll get
Yeah,
to
I'm interested in
Malik
that.
Willis.